Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and this is Thriving Lively. And I have some exciting news to share. I am finally getting past my plateau, which I have been on or been at, it feels like forever. And so I have been really trying to build good habits and like being very conscious about what I'm doing and the choices that I make. And so I just thought I would share those things with you. I don't know, I know a lot of people start to lose weight and they lose motivation, and you're supposed to not count on motivation to make changes in your life. There's a lot of books on the subject about like habits and everything. And I've read, you know, like the Happier Project or the Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin, and Leap Year by Helen Russell, which she also wrote The Year of Living Danishly, which is just like so funny. So you should definitely read that. But those are just two of a couple books that I've read on habits. And so I know that sorry, my daughter's banging on the door. If you're trying to make long-term change, you can't just rely on motivation, because motivation leaves when it's 6 o'clock in the morning and you're trying to get up to work out. You have to build habits. And I've just been really trying to focus on that, not so much like my end goal, but just like making changes so that I have good habits that's going to set me up for what I want down the road. And so specifically for the Starch solution, one thing that I have done is I make sure that I have my go-to non-starchy veggies, which for me is like the cabbage, broccoli, and zucchini. And I will mix those. Usually, I'm pretty steadfast when I have my cabbage in the morning and broccoli for lunch. And then I will do zucchini or yellow squash somewhere during the day. But just having enough of those things and knowing that I can always count on having those for my veggies. And then also just picking, always having a starch at home that I can just whip up. Just having a set, few veggies that I know that I like really makes a difference on how easy it is for me to meal plan. And so just having, my non-starchy vegetables and my starches that I know are easy to make and easily available just makes a big difference. One of the second things that I have been doing is meal planning and prepping. And if I'm writing down my meal plans and then prepping up my food, it doesn't always last me a full week, but it gets me through. And once, some of the food's gone, it's easy I've already started this repetition. And so it's easy for me to just be okay, well, my oats are out, so I'm gonna just make oats to this morning. And it's 5 minutes in my Instapot, filling it up, and it's not 5 minutes, it's 2 minutes, but getting all of that prepared, it's just, that makes a big difference on just being prepared and knowing that I have easy, sustainable meals that I will eat and that I like. So just having those planned and prepped. And then a third thing is to really make sure I'm eating until I'm full. I think why I plateaued in the first place is because I was trying to lose weight faster. And so I wanted to start cutting down some of my carbs. I wanted to go from in his book, Maximum Weight Loss, he has the maximum weight loss, then rapid weight loss, and then I think it's hasty. And so it goes from 75% is maximum of 75% starches, and then rapid weight loss is 50, and then hasty is 25% starches. And so I think I was trying to go down a little bit too much with my starches, and so I wasn't feeling as full, and I would snack on things. And it wasn't just big things. I did eat meals after this started happening. I would have pizza and chips and dips and everything that I normally I had stopped eating previous. But I started with like just like, you know, bites of my daughter's spaghetti or extra sandwiches or whatever it was. Like I would just eat little things here and there that I had already stopped eating because I wasn't eating till I was satisfied with my meals. And so just having that in the back of my head to being like, well, if I'm a little hungry or I'm not all the way full after my cup of rice at night, I'm gonna have like another half cup to a cup because I want to make sure that I'm full, and that way I'm not, you know, sneaking something, you know, 10 o'clock before I go to bed. And then the last thing that I really have been trying to do is just knowing if I am snacking or what I'm gonna, you know, eat. I want to know the calorie content, and it's not because I'm counting calories, but it's being aware of what I'm putting in my mouth. And I've really been trying to stay away from processed foods for health reasons, but you know, there are things, especially this time of year, that sneak in. My kids have gotten candy from relatives, and we, you know, put it in a safe place. And yesterday I was like reaching to grab a couple pieces of chocolate from my youngest daughter, and she doesn't really eat candy. And I looked it up, and it was like 190 calories for 3 small pieces of chocolate. And it was just like, that is a huge amount of calories for such a little amount of food. And if I'm like hungry, I can easily eat something that's going to satisfy me for that same amount. And it's just really knowing, like being aware, I guess. Not always just have to be about the calories, but I know that chocolate and candy is not a calorie dilute food, and it's not healthy in any way, so I shouldn't really be eating it, but I get, you know, tempted. So anyway, those are the things that have really helped me. One thing that I did read about habits is just kind of like an offshoot, but it's like we need to have a reward, and it, you know, talks about from when we were, you know, kind of caveman era, and like we would get up and go get food because our reward would be to eat and not die. And that isn't a problem with, you know, us anymore. And so to stay motivated, or to stay, you know, make these like changes over time, to give yourself rewards that don't have to do with food, that aren't like huge in any way, but just making sure that you're looking at things. So maybe not look at like, oh, I need to lose 50 pounds, but like, oh, this week, maybe if I like lose a half of a pound or a pound or something, because that's a really attainable goal. And if you see it happen, you're going to feel really good, instead of being like, oh, I only lost 1 pound of that for 50 that I have, so I have 49 left. And so it's just kind of changing the mindset, and that's really what I've been working on. And I also bought myself new workout clothes because it just, you know, kind of has been motivating me to get up in the mornings and work out. I need to do it. You know, if you don't use it, you lose it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope something I said was helpful. If you guys have been in the same boat as me, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video.